Hi, James the Chops Garage here. Sorry, I've been a bit quiet recently. Had quite a bit on. I'll go through what we've got going on and show you a new little projects as well. You can turn the camera around for you. The Sebring project is still on the go. Not a huge amount of progress, so I haven't been posting on that. But I have blended in the first wing on there. Made up a fiberglass inner arch on it, which I'm still working on at the moment. But yeah, blended that first wing on, joggled the edge of it, bonded it on, fiberglass filled around the edges, all blended in. I have got the front's subframe on now, all new discs, pads, shrink wrapped it all up so that when it comes to doing the body working, don't cover it in crud. Done the same with the back, that's all in completely, new leaf springs, axle cleaned up, all new brakes, all pipes again, that's all shrink wrapped, ready for when we're body working. Got the other panels here ready to go on. Didn't video this one, had a quick little flip. A 2016 Fiat 500X, that's come in. This one's probably going to go to my wife, she wants to have a new car. This one's come in, it's only done 15,000 miles on a 2016 Fiat 500X. Came into me as a category N. The rear bumper was broken, the rear light broken, the corner here was bent in a little bit, so bent that back out again, gave it a lick of paint, still got to flat and polish that, got a new light for it, got a bumper on the way which I've got to paint the right colour, but that'll be ready to go. This one I think with all that done will only stand in about 5,200 pounds, so that was a good buy, because other than that it's absolutely mint. A lot of car for the money. Couldn't believe they wrote it off again as an N, but these assessors out there seem to be a bit crazy. The mixed bag of stuff you get, really a lot of the damage, I don't see how it warrants a car being written off at all, but there you go. Little project just come in. I thought I'd show you this one because this is going to be more of just a big cleanup, and it seems to be that the big cleanup videos seem to be doing the best, a bit like the thesis over there in the background. This is just a bit of a cleanup job more than anything. It's going to be a low cost car, it's never going to be worth an awful lot of money. It's a 2011 Punto 1.2, Punto Eva 1.2 with 55,000 miles on it. It's come into me, I got this one from Copart as a category N. It's got a banged up wing there, but then there is other damage pre-accident by the looks of it. We got a ding up here and a shallow dent in the boot that I think we can pull out. Now what I'm going to show you with this one is we're going to do all this fairly budget style. We've got some fading on the front edge of the bumper here, and the same sort of fading on the back bumper. It's got a little bit pinky, and that's underneath the lacquer, so we're not going to be able to T-cut that out. So what we'll do with this one, like I say, I'm going to show you on a bit of a budget. I want to try and get this done within 24 hours, all ready to go. I've got a wing already on the way in the right colour. The car owes me £800 at the moment. It's not going to ever be a big profit car. It owes me £800. I've got a wing on the way which has cost me 50 quid. I want to spend about 60 quid on matching rattle cans rather than mask the whole thing off and get it in the spray booth. And we're going to tidy up the bumpers, front and rear. We're going to take those dents out on the back of the car. The interior is clean on it. I don't think I've got it open at the moment. Interior is clean on it, so that's fine. That just needs a good clean up. But you can see overall the car just needs a really good clean. We'll machine polish it and see how it comes up. This dent up here, I'm going to have to pull that with a spot weld puller, which means I am going to have to put a bit of filler there and paint that in. But once that's done, it should be a tidy little car. It's got a long MOT on it already, runs into February next year. So the idea, like I say, is just going to be giving this one a really good clean up and then offer it out cheap, something like sort of £1,400, something like that, £1,400-1,500. Good little run around for someone. So first thing to get started on is we need to give the thing a really good jet wash, a really good clean, see how clean it comes up, get all this labelling off it, machine polish the panels to see where exactly we're going to need to paint and decide exactly what we're going to get done. But like I say, the idea with this is because of the margin in it, try and get all of this done within 24 hours, just a really good clean up. So let's get started. Just before we start, I thought I'd show you, this is a customer car, just done a full rebuild on Buso, the 3.2 V6 in their GTA. Came from another specialist who'd done an engine rebuild apparently, but the car was smoking terribly still. When we took the engine apart, it turned out that they hadn't really done a full rebuild at all. They just put new head gaskets on and done some oil seals, but the piston rings were still fried on it, so it was still pouring out smoke. So I've seen that a couple of times. It's a GTA, this one, 147 GTA. Hell of a car. Hell of a car. Anyway, let's get cracking on that Punto. Oh, just one other thing regarding the Fiat 500X. That's the bumper that came off of it. So I can only imagine one of the reasons this was written off is the bumper's expensive. It comes in 3 different parts that people want to sell separately. Obviously, as an insurance company, you've got to buy the thing whole. You can't buy parts of it, and you've got to buy it brand new. So that probably costs £500 or £600 off of Fiat, and they wouldn't be able to tweak the corner of the boot lid out like I did. They'd have to get a whole new boot presumably, and a light, and the lights are between the boot lid and light and the bumper, you're probably well into probably about nearly £3 grand. So possibly that's where that happened. Anyway, onto the Punto. So the Punto is all washed off, got it inside now, got the wing. So got the Punto inside now after it's washed off. Got the front wing off of it. All pretty simple, just nuts and bolts job, apart from one annoying one there that they used to hold both the hinge and the wing in. Bit of a pain, but other than that, simple enough. Giving it a bit of a buff in a couple of places to see how it's coming up. I took the trim off the inside of it and managed to knock back out the dent easy enough. So that came out. I've knocked out the dent at the top here and rattle canned it. That still needs flattening and polishing. So that little bit of paint's done. So I've just had the wing arrive. So this is the following day, the wing's arrived. So at the moment, in terms of hours on it, I'd say probably got about 4 hours in it so far. Like I said, the plan was to flip it in 24 hours or get it ready in 24 hours. So we'll get the wing on, then I've got to flat that bit of paint and give the rest of the body a polish and clean the inside up. But we're progressing along. Let's crack on and get that wing put back on. So I unwrap the wing, colour match is spot on. These guys are good guys, they give me a fresh left the clip on, which means I've got a nice new clip to fit on. They even left the mounting point here on it. Just about to see that. My one was slightly bent from when it had the wing damage, so that's ideal as well. Yeah, all set to go. Just got to bolt it back on again, give it a little T-cut off. Got a little mark there, but at the end of the day, the rest of the car's got marks on it, so not the end of the world. Obviously, you can get new panels in, you can paint them all fresh, but they'll never really match the old paint because fresh out of a can, it'll never match side to side, and then you'll have to blend in somewhere else. So if you can get a wing in the original colour, chances are if it's the same age sort of car, it'll have faded in the same way, and it just speeds up the process of fitting parts. So I recommend getting a manufacturer's colour match panel from a scrap car if you can. If not, obviously you haven't got any option in the matter, but let's get that bolted down, then we can get the wheel back on, clean the wheels up, clean the rest of the car up, get ready for a bit of a photo shoot. So we've got the wing all fitted up. Shut lines aren't too bad, really good down here. It's the nice thing about using original panels. Slightly brighter, as you can see. Matches the bonnet, but maybe the door's been painted at some point. So what we've been doing now is we're going to do a quick service on it. So oil, air filter, an oil filter. The old oil filter was a cow to come off. It had been welded on. You can see I've got the various different tools to get it off there. Absolute nightmare. So we'll get the oil, air filter, an oil filter changed on it, clean up these wheels, and it'll be ready for its photo shoot. So exterior's all cleaned up, clean the alloys, come up nice. Only just noticed it's got brand new Michelins pretty much all round, or nearly brand new Michelins all round. Loads and loads of tread on. They can only add a few hundred miles on them, and it's on every corner, so it's for all new tyres all round, so ideal on that front. So yeah, clean the alloys up, clean the bodywork up. I've done the oil and filter change on it. Engine bay's had a bit of a clean up. Still get something a bit shiny on it before I take any pictures of it, but that's had a good old clean up. So now it's time to be hitting the interior. Not too bad, just needs a bit of hoover out, and then I'll go with an anti-bac cleaner on it. Get all the plastics up nicely. That shouldn't take too much, it's actually pretty tidy inside there. So yeah, I'll crack on with that. Mind you, might speak a little bit soon. This is where the Copart people have been in it. They always leave mud absolutely everywhere. So anyway, we'll hoover it out, and then we'll have to get a soapy bucket on that, soapy water on that, and get that tight cleaned up. I excuse all the background noise, but a lot going on in the industrial estate today. So the Punto's finished, and it's already sold. So I put the Punto up for just under £1,600, £1,595, and chap we know was looking for a car for his son. Came and bought it, did a bit of a deal, let him have it for 1,500 quid, and yeah, all done. So we put that front wing on, we gave it oil and filter change. It had an MOT until January next year. He was happy with that. I did offer to do a higher price and put a new MOT on it, but he was happy to take it as it was. So and obviously we gave it a really big clean up, and it came out nice. So all that work was done. It was done over 2 days, but not full days, so it was only 2 half days, cleaning it, putting the wing on, dealing with the people coming to see it, that kind of thing. So we got a profit. We were into it for 1,100 quid I think in total, so a profit of £400 for a day's work on that one. So not a bad little flip. On to the next one.